Hey everybody, you're looking live on tape from another gorgeous day here in Central Florida. Today I come to you live on tape from Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is the beginning of the journey, not the destination. We're actually going to head to Disney's Blizzard Beach water park, but first I want to pick up my AP magnet. Hang on till the end of the video and I'll show you my collection. Thanks for joining me, glad you did. Let's get to it. Now, I haven't been to Animal Kingdom in a little bit. It's pretty well known as the hottest Disney theme park. And this time of year is just absolutely brutal. We're in the dog days of August, so I tend not to come out here as much as I do during the fall and winter months. See this sign for our AP magnet? So to get your AP magnet, all you need to do, bring your government ID, and it's generally a pretty painless process. They normally do these at Epcot. Our theory is they did it here to help with attendance. So we shall see. I'll take you guys right in with me. Boy, this aircon feels great. Hello.
Class. And then your ID, please, for Brandon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And that's it. All right, we've arrived to Blizzard Beach. Pay no attention to the security out front. Kind of give you an overview here. So the lore, the theming of this resort is a freak snowstorm hit Central Florida, and thus Blizzard Beach is born. It's kind of like an alpine ski resort feel. Take a look. A single day ticket here is $74 for adults and $68 for children's. Just to give you an idea, this is cheaper than Aquatica, cheaper than Volcano Bay, which is Universal's water park. You see a lot of photo ops with the snow theme. You do get towels for free here. And as in most days, they do offer cabana rental, but they're sold out. They're generally sold out every day unless you get really lucky or book far out. So different retail shops. They always have good merch here. I feel like it's always pretty good. Just a lot of Wada Lounge is their quick serve. I've had a couple items here, not blown away by it, but it's okay. It's definitely an option. So your main thrill attraction here is called Summit Plummet, which you see up there. It looks like a ski jump. You see the mountain there covered in snow. But Michelle and I were talking about it earlier. We've seen a lot of character meet and greets in the parks this summer. For example, right now, we've got Goofy doing a meet and greet, which Wasn't very typical, if I'm being honest. I do like that this park is pretty well spread out. It doesn't seem as tight as Typhoon Lagoon, which is Disney's other water park. This is the first time in 5 years that both water parks have been open this late and at the same time. Do have a great lazy river here, which we'll get into later. Did not bring the GoPro, so you won't be coming with, but trust me, it's a very good lazy river. And I've always found it's a little bit easier to find tubes here than at Typhoon Lagoon. Typhoon, I don't know why, it just feels busier. It's a better overview of the lazy river. Now, their pool is a wave pool per se, but it's not as aggressive as Typhoon Lagoon. Typhoon Lagoon, it's not as aggressive. It's not the big giant wave. It's more of a choppy, if that makes sense, choppy wave. And they do have bars, the Polar Pub here. Now, for the long-time subscriber, this is where I got concussed. I about got knocked out on a water slide.
Yeah, right.
Which I can laugh about now, but it really wasn't funny then because I really thought I was knocked out. Basically, I was probably, to be honest, I was probably a little too heavy to ride this water slide. I've lost a bunch of weight now, but I was probably 300 pounds or more. And I could not hold on to the little mat. And I got slammed, my head got slammed against the side of the water slide. And I got a little woozy. Need some help? This could probably give you a little bit better view of the choppy wave pool that I was talking about. It's just a constant instead of the one massive wave. Now, Typhoon Lagoon does have the chop mode that they'll switch it into every once in a while. But this is, you don't get the giant wave scenario. It's just a steady chop. But the signature attraction here is Summit Plummet. You see the giant queue up there, starting underneath the two covered pergolas, and then the final top pergola, and then you don't actually obviously jump off that ramp. The slide goes underneath it, but it gives you the illusion that you're going to jump off that ramp. And the little details are cool, like the wind flag, the windsock up there to give the skiers, quote unquote, an idea of what the wind's going to do. We'll walk around here in a few minutes and I'll give you a little walking tour of the park. But not bad crowd levels today. This is actually pretty light for summertime. It's late August as time of film. So not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Here.
All right, so a tip from the pros. If you want beer, they do sell beer here. This cup All right, if you enjoy a beverage or two, namely beer, they do offer a little bit of a discount if you buy one of their collectible mugs. I believe the cup is $16, and then your refills are $10. I think a normal beer is $12, so you save basically like $2, around $2 per beer for 12 ounce. And it's about a pint. It's probably 16 ounces. Plus it's a good souvenir. It's a good size, you see, and it's got Blizzard Beach on one side. It's got Typhoon Lagoon on the other side. They sell these at both the water parks. They do alternate colors. So, for example, if you came on Tuesday and the cups were purple, Wednesday they would be a different color, so they know that they don't want you bringing them back to reuse them, basically. That is all. So this is a good overview, if I can actually get this to, that's not what I wanted at all. Let's try this again. So this is a good overview of the park here with all the quick service that's available. We talked about Lotta Wada Lodge earlier. I'm right next door to the Warming Hut, which has barbecue pork sandwich, Dole Whip, bottled beer, which I'm assuming that's canned beer because they really do not want glass at a water park for obvious reasons. Elote nachos, which sounds delicious. And then all your other choices. Feature here is a chili cheese corn dog for $14.99 with chips. It's a little bit better look. This is the Warming Hut. The elote nachos come with pork, roasted pork, elote, cheese sauce, guac, sour, roasted corn, jalapenos, pico. Also have a turkey cheddar. Hummus snack tray, veggie wrap, and various alcohol. They do have a mobile order option, which I love. So again, with the theming of the ski resort, all of the little areas of this theme park are slopes. For example, these are your attractions at the purple slope. That is your attractions on the red slope. And depending on which area of the park you're in, is the area of the slope. So basically, just to sum up, plenty of quick serve options and plenty of bar situations. There's the entry for the Lazy River, pretty close to where we're sitting actually. I actually might do this later. This is kind of like a racing slide. It's a gorgeous day. It feels like 102, but the water is actually refreshing. We were talking, it's actually colder than the Gulf of Mexico was last week. If you want to check out that adventure, it's the Clearwater Beach. But here's your racing slide, set up like a little drag strip. Try to get somebody coming down here. There you go. And it kind of times you, and you go, oh, we had a wipeout over there. Wow. There are showers scattered about the park.
Flat down, Carter.
Now, as far as water depth goes, the deepest part you can really access on the other side of the rope where the folks are is about 6 feet. Not too bad, but definitely if you have little ones, life preservers are available for free. Also to note, towels are free here. You don't have to rent the towels. You have complimentary towels. Help yourself. Man, that guy scooted. I did talk to, as far as disabilities, I did talk to a lady at Volcano Bay on an ECV and was returning from Volcano Bay, and I asked how was the accessibility of Volcano Bay. She said Disney does a much better job, as I'm looking at ramps to get to the water here. There are steps in here, but that guy really went far as well. There are some steps here, but I do see plenty of ramps. So if you have a friend or a family member with a wheelchair or ECV, I feel like you could come to this park and still have a very enjoyable day. Because Disney's all about inclusion. It's one of their tenets. So they're definitely going to make it available for you. One of the deals that Disney is offering this summer is on day of check-in, they're going to give you a free ticket to one of the water parks. I'm not sure if it specifies If they specify Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, it's another pretty good sized seating area. I will say this, it's been a lot easier to find an available chair here at Blizzard than Typhoon. We found chairs pretty quickly and easily. Normally I always recommend to get to the park as soon as possible if you want to get a cherry spot, but today seems pretty relaxed. It is a Wednesday. Weekends obviously are going to be busier. There's a whole little sandy area over there for seating. Here's an example of one of the private areas you can rent ahead of time. This is a polar patio. It's shaded, covered seating. Depending on your patio or cabana rental, it's going to include several amenities, usually free waters. Sometimes you'll get a fruit and cheese tray included. You'll have a dedicated server if you want to order food, they'll run and grab it, or beverages. Just to warn you, she is pricey. Thinking in terms of $400 to $600 per day. But if you want guaranteed great seating, guaranteed service, and a few extra amenities, it might be an option to consider. I've never rented one just because the cost scares me, but if you're on a once-in-a-lifetime trip, that might be something to consider. We're going to walk to the other side of this park and give you a look at what that looks like. Pretty common question, are water shoes necessary? I'm walking barefoot right now. It's not that bad. But Disney does turn on sprinklers to kind of cool down the concrete. So I would say they're nice to have, water shoes, or water socks, some people call them. But I don't think it's a must, because like I said, I'm barefoot right now and I'm not having any issues. It's not that hot. But if you're sensitive or your feet are sensitive, I definitely recommend you can buy them here locally for pretty reasonable, or get them off the Amazon. And as in all things Disney, there is a ton of merchandise to check out. We'll check it out more in depth as we leave this park, but be rest assured that you have locker rooms available, changing rooms and restrooms all in this location. Locker room for a smaller locker is, I know it's $10 per day. I'm not sure of the larger lockers. I've never rented one. This will give us some clarity on. So 16 for the cup, $9.50 for the refill. Domestic beer is $14 and $8.50. So again, $8.50 for a pretty large beer at Disney. You're not really going to beat that. In the parks, you're going to get a 16-ounce aluminum bottle, and that's going to go for $14. So you're basically almost half off at $8.50, and you get a soup. Once you buy the cup itself, you have unlimited refills. Well, I mean, within reason. It's a family park, folks. God, you gotta behave. But as you see, the most popular ride here is that Summit Plummet, that super drop coaster. And in the ski resort theming, you actually take a ski lift up to the top, most of the way, not all the way. So if you're familiar with a ski lift, you get the idea. It's a little cable lift. Another one of the quick serve options.
Y'all want to eat up here?
You've got pizzas, chips, looks like Pizza Fari style pizza. If you know, you know. And you have Lunch, which looks like the hot dogs and tenders situation for your littles. Picnic tables abound. Little condiment station here for all your mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, all of that type of stuff. Plenty of restrooms. Now, Icy Expeditions, that's going to be your ice cream stop. And s'mores churros, that sounds interesting. But this is the Ski Patrol training area, and this says it's geared for preteens. I do see an obstacle course over there. See a little bit milder attractions, but the snow theme throughout. Not gonna walk all the way over there. And just over there to your right is Tykes Peak, which is the children's splash zone for the little guys. They do have a couple little slides over there, but definitely on the milder side. But good option if you have littles, like 2 to 3, that would be your spot. But I really like the vibe of this park. I'm gonna do a definitive ranking probably on my next visit to a theme, probably Volcano Bay, I would imagine. And I'll give you my definitive Orlando water park rankings. There's a bunch down here. I've got Volcano Bay, Aquatica, Typhoon, Blizzard Beach. The only one I really don't go to is H2O. I've heard decent things for the cost. I heard it's a good value proposition, but I've never been. Just a bit of wayfinding. H2O is located on 192. It's kind of in Margaritaville, if you're familiar with the area at all, in Kissimmee. Not far from here, probably about a 10-minute drive from here, not far at all. I know a ton of folks stay on the 192 corridor, but just for whatever reason, I mean, we have annual passes to Universal, Disney, SeaWorld, so I don't really see the value in buying that. She's got you a good hidden Mickey here. Kind of cool. So this is the exit to one of the rafting rides. See it up there. I love Disney puns. Hey y'all, this is Snowman's Land, not No Man's Land. Snowman's Land. It's another entry exit point for the lazy river, but again, I'm seeing plenty of open tubes, so it shouldn't be difficult to grab a tube. And I love a lazy river. Side note, the lazy river at Aquatica is not so lazy. In fact, it's not really it's kind of in the middle between rapids and lazy. So, average river? I don't know. I believe, I'm not for certain, I believe that the lazy river here at Blizzard Beach is a little bit longer than the one you'll find at Typhoon Lagoon. But, could be wrong. If you know for sure, hit me in the comments. Also, if I'm too long-winded on these videos, make sure you follow me on TikTok. It is Disney Uncensored 0 at Disney Uncensored Zero for all your TikTok needs. I have a lot of fun with those too. We go live, do Q&A. Just for my new folks, just a little bit about me. I live in Celebration. It's about 10 minutes from the parks, the Disney parks. I go at least once a week somewhere, jeez. But I also do day trips around, in and around Central Florida. For example, a couple weeks ago we went to Clearwater Beach and inadvertently crashed Hulk Hogan's wake. I'll tell you that story maybe another time, but needless to say, I was quite embarrassed. But I didn't know. You can't help if you don't know. Trying to stay away from the copyrighted music. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I know you guys love my singing voice. You've told me many times. But there are water fountains available. Don't recommend. If you've ever had Florida water. It's kind of a cross between warm well water that has the aftertaste of a foot. So if you can picture that, that's pretty much it. Ooh, I see an ice dispenser. But alas, I left my Yeti cup in the truck. Idiot. So I realized after watching some of these videos back, I usually put like the park map basically with the video camera, and sometimes you can't really see well, so if I'm paying attention, and I remember later, I'm going to include a park map photo here. If you have a sweet tooth, I highly recommend these funnel cakes. I'm not a big cotton candy guy, but these funnel cakes with ice cream, that is one of the best bites in Disney because they're fresh. They fry them fresh. The one beside Indiana Jones is my favorite one with ice cream and strawberries on top. Oh, it's so good. There are several Joffreys here for your caffeine needs. One thing Blizzard Beach is somewhat known for is the mini donuts, which is at the other Joffrey's location right near where you walk into the main wave pool. And I've had the mini donuts, and they're good, but I think it's a little bit of an overhyped situation. I believe it's like, for 10 of them, it's like $6.75 or maybe even $8. So to me, it's kind of pricey. But if you, again, have a sweet tooth and are craving donuts, it's an option to think about. Again, I would, out of 10, I'd give them like a 6. They're okay. Not as life-changing as some other vloggers would allude, but they're good. Not good. Good. All right, we are headed out, but what would a trip to Disney's Blizzard Beach be without a little bit of merch search? Just kind of show you what's doing in here. If you've not been to the merchandise shops here at a Disney water park, it's kind of a combination. They do have park specific merch, but they also have like surf gear, so like Billabong, Quicksilver, those type of, and it's a pretty good size. Of course, plenty of towels. Here's the Quicksilver I had mentioned earlier. Pretty good selection of hats, I'd say. Pretty much any need you might have if you want a swim shirt or trunks. Ladies, oh, that's cool. That's new, I've not seen that. Plenty of floppy hats, if a floppy hat is your gig. I've got one from the Beach Club. Of course, your various sunscreens and suntan lotions. High priority on towels. $34.99 for the towels. They even have Tommy Bahama, which, you know, I'm a fan. But Lord, oh, She's pricey. Anytime you take the two most expensive. Here's some Halloween merch. Hadn't seen that yet. That's the Halloween stuff. Pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that one. Crocs, water socks, more hats. Snacks, handhelds, magnets, pins, everything you could really want in the gift shop. You even have your, it's not Blizzard Beach specific, but they do have oh, that's cool. I like that shirt. I'm gonna go $34.99. Sorry folks, $44.99 for the t-shirt. It's a little extreme. Of course, I did see an entire wall of black Crocs, which could not be found earlier this season. But there's a plenty. But again, your water, your hey buddy. I'll leave that one for later. Overall, great day here at Walt Disney's Blizzard Beach Resort. Had a great time, always do. Again, if you like what you see today, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And if you hated what you saw today, don't really have a lot to complain about today, honestly. It's very nice. Pretty light park day overall. I wasn't able to get the type of float I liked in the lazy river, so blame that. But that's first world problems. Thanks for joining me. As always, folks, especially the water parks, keep the parks clean.